So I'm walking my dog. And I start seeing a lot of barricades. And I see the barricades are several blocks before my car, and I try not to. I'm like, whatever. Maybe there's been construction going on. I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I just see like throngs of people walking up and down, and I don't see any cars behind the barricades.
Yeah.
So I start to put it together.
But puzzling it all together here.
But I had like 3 long blocks to walk where I just had to like sit on this notion that my car was probably gone, and got on the corner and.
Yeah, the walk to your probably already towed car is the worst walk.
Yep. And it's just 4 blocks of just no cars.
Just nothing. You're like, oh, not just my car, all of the cars.
All of the cars. It's $500 to get it back.
Fuck. Yeah, it is. Yeah, to be clear, it is not cheap at all.
No. If this was like some $100 mistake, whatever. No, $500 is not an insignificant amount of.
No, that's $500. Man,
it's going to get that car and go especially to the office where you have to get it out. It's just nothing but tragedy because anyone that's going to this office is only going to get their towed car. And if you're going to get your towed car, they also make you pay for any parking tickets that you haven't messed with before. Yeah. I didn't have that issue, but this couple next to me, like it was clear, like they were looking at something like $3,000 because it was like it had gotten booted, and then at a certain point they take a booted car and they tow it, and then. If you had not paid like this, it's like 6 or 7 before they boot it, and then those start to accumulate over time. Like they start getting penalties and past due, and then you add the $500 from it being towed, and then I think they had not noticed the car was gone for a couple days, and it's like an extra
storage fee.
Storage is like a couple $100 a night or something ridiculous like that.
Like it's one of those things where it behooves you. Like as soon as you find out your car has been towed, you want to race there as fast as you can because clock ticks on. Like
some places are hourly.
Oh yeah, no. In San Francisco, I definitely had a get here, get there 45 minutes earlier and save myself, some cash.
Well, the part where they really fuck you though is that like sometimes the people who are storing your car will close nice and early so that you can't get in there.
San Francisco is 24 hours a day. The problem you would have, I think, is that you have to go get a vehicle release form from the police station, and that is not open 24 hours a day.
The cops have to sleep sometimes, and they don't want to let you in.
So I got my car. That sucked.
Yeah,
and then,
keep on sleeping, cops.
And then I just
that situation sucks because it's like you have to wonder, like, okay, well, like what's
and
how long had your car been parked there?
Oh no, it had been parked since Tuesday, and then on Saturday must have gotten towed Friday night at 10 p.m., which is when they started moving things.
Is it alternate side parking where you are? Like, do you have to move for like street cleaning on a regular basis?
Yeah, so I
think that's everywhere here.
Yeah, that's everywhere. There's nowhere in the city that you are not having to move between 2 different streets.
Right,
but you could build in as much as like a 2-week buffer on those things if you find the right spot.
Mine's 6 days, so it's like 6 days it's one spot, then I move it to the other side and I just move it back. But at no point I went and checked like here's the thing that it still hurts me is like I biked past my car on the way home from work on Friday.
Oh no!
So like I saw the car, and just didn't think like I'm gonna go see if there's signs there for a street festival this weekend where my car none of that ever occurred to me, and it's the worst. Like I would have felt better if like I can imagine a scenario where like I should have known better, but it's just like I got totally fucked in this really shitty situation, and I can't petition it because they'll be able to say, well, there was a sign there, which they're right.
Yeah,
it just wasn't there, right?
Yeah.
Like
I wonder what I know you say I parked there for 6 days, but I imagine there is probably like some on the books like legal
like
limit
the amount of notice they have to do.
Of a legal limit of like you're not supposed to be parked in one of these spots for longer than 72 hours or something.
There's nothing like that, but I'm sure that they would probably be able to say, well, we gave you 48 hours notice.
Because even in the suburbs where you can park your car fucking for in perpetuity on the side of the road there, like. By law, there are limits of like, you can only be parked.
No, man, it's so. I had a car on the side of my house that was non-functional because my roommate's a piece of shit.
Yep,
and
a noted piece of shit.
Yes,
notorious piece of shit.
So he had this car that he was no longer driving, that he had just thrown on the side of the house and left it there, and it was parked on the street.
What kind of car?
It was it's a Volvo, because it's now my driveway. Fucking asshole.
Oh no, that's behind the Range Rover.
The Range
which
Rover that also doesn't
work.
And he's driving his girlfriend's Honda.
Right.
Fucking Jesus.
So he has 2 defunct cars that are just like derelict cars in your driveway.
So everything's going well for him. Anyway, so I guess like one of the neighbors like called the cops on this car. They're like, this car has been here for a month and a half. You just can't be here. You know, like called up really bitchy about it.
Is that even a law?
So no.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, an officer came out and looked at the car and said, this car is registered. So bye.
Yeah.
And then actually went to the house and said, hey, you got a call from the neighbor about this car. They sound crazy. like gave us that heads up.
They tell you which neighbor?
I'm pretty sure I know which house it would be. It's just the house that was kind of parked, and it was parked in front of my house, just on the side there. But there were houses across the street where the hoodlum kids who live there like to park their jacked up pickup trucks there and smoke funny cigarettes while I have my window open.
Okay.
God damn it, kids, get off my lawn. So they have been on my lawn before.
This is not exactly a homeowners association taking issue.
No. I actually, when I was going around looking to buy a house, I
just
specifically
got
said
no
homeowners because I don't want to, because I know I would just immediately want to fight with them over everything. I would say like
I just have a meaningless homeowners association. So
I think if I ever got anything from any kind of homeowners, I would just be like, I bought this house, fuck you. That would be like my only response to anything. Like, your lawn needs to look better. It's my lawn. I like it this way. Fuck you.
Regulation grass height.
You would be in constant fisticuffs with them. I mean, it's like I walk up to your house today. It's like there's the 2 derelict cars on the driveway. There's a fucking umbrella in your bushes. There's always the cardboard up on windows. The bushes
is better than the broom that was duct taped to the window before that, because it keeps the birds away.
What does that even mean?
There were birds pecking at the window.
How does the broom stop that?
It's like a scare bird.
No.
It's like a scarecrow.
How is a broom a scarecrow? That doesn't make any sense.
It apparently worked to keep the birds
sounds
away.
Weird, but
there were hummingbirds apparently, but that's
scare bird is actually appropriate. That works. That checks out.
Yeah. This is what happens when you live with someone who sleeps all day.
Yeah.
And is only there like 2 days a week. So yeah.
So I feel like the luckiest motherfucker on the planet right now because, New York parking, not really much. There's not a lot of options there.
No.
And in my neighborhood, most of the streets are, you have to move twice a week to move your car. But there is this narrow 4-block radius that's like 2 blocks from my house where there's no street cleaning. None.
So just filthy streets.
It's just filthy streets, and nobody
in wonderland of parking.
But nobody knows it. Like there's nobody. Like, people in the neighborhood still don't park their cars there for some reason. So I park
my car there.
I leave my car there all the time. It's like living in international waters. There's no law there. No one cares what you do. So I just leave my car there all the time.
You do live in Queens. So.
I do. I live among many.
That's basically international waters.
Well, many Greeks and Eastern Europeans. Yes.
Yeah.
When I was walking my dog this morning,
I can't believe you still keep a fucking car in New York. Jesus Christ.
Well, I wanted San Francisco. That's not a good idea either.
It's really handy if you want to go anywhere that isn't New York City.
It is good for that. So I just deal with the parking tickets.
Rent a car.
Yeah, but I feel like even just the
but when you want to go get groceries,
the greater
and stuff
area,
like that,
the greater area in New York is more well equipped for someone mass transiting it than.
Oh, I do. I take the subway everywhere in the city, but anytime I want to go,
I'm just saying like New York versus San Francisco as far as car feasibility. Like here,
like you're not taking a BART to San Jose
here.
or
yes,
something.
Yeah. No, the Muni is a piece of shit. I hated taking it. It's impossible to get anywhere with that shit. So
no, it seems like just far more limited as far as your options go.
Yep,
but that's still insane to me.
There was a car in my neighborhood this morning that had on the seats. They had put T-shirts and hats on the seats.
Saw that picture.
I assume that is to scare away people. Maybe I don't know if that works.
It's a scare bird.
So wait, the chair is
scare bird. Keeps the birds from pecking at the windows.
It's a scare car thief.
When I was walking up to it, I thought there were people in there. So I guess maybe that works.
I just thought you'd do that because the inside of your car gets too hot, and if you've got like leather seats, you can go and sit on them directly.
Or if your seats get all ripped up, you just throw a crappy T-shirt over them.
Sure. Or if you just want to try and if you're ballsy about it, you try to get into the HOV lane.
Oh yeah.
Act like the seat's a person.
I have
that probably wouldn't work. That probably wouldn't stand up.
No, I don't think that. I don't think that passes any.
That'd
sort
be
of
funny
test.
to try and explain though.
Like, look, it's my buddies here.
I have known people who have built like elaborate, just
mannequins
effigies of humanity
to
put in the passenger seats so they can use the HOV lanes. Those people are not good people.
It doesn't seem worth it because if it doesn't pay off, you
get a hilarious story out of it, but that's about it.
But how much more pissed the fucking cop is?
I think maybe they wouldn't think it was kind of funny if it was really elaborate.
No, because I bet the novelty, the shine wore off on that apple a long time ago for
Not
the cops.
the first person to try.
What if it was like a real doll?
I think if you were like hilariously incompetent about it, like you just I've got this.
It's like a stick cardboard
with a
fucking
Justin
trucker
Bieber.
hat.
I drew a face on this balloon with a Sharpie.
I just stuffed this,
It's like your entire cardboard cutout of the Spice Girls from Spice World in there. It's like that somehow that's supposed to be a person.
I've got 6 people in this car. None of them are buckled up.
Mel Gibson's giant head from the ransom standee. Or just like one of those like green alligator floaties that you'd put in a pool. Stuff that in that space. Like I think you'd have to go that far before the cop would go like, okay, that was pretty funny. Now here's a $600 ticket,
and now we're going to tow your car,
and also we're going to tow your car because
get out, walk home,
asshole. What are you thinking? Well, I'm sorry to hear about your car misadventures. I hope it did not overly color the rest of your weekend.
No, it was fine. I just slept a lot. I got some things to share from Twitter. Things have been happening.